Georgia, what do y'all have going on down there? Let's rewind back in time a little bit. In 1992, Karen Sagandi filed suit against the Superior Court judges of the Rome Judicial District in Georgia due to their indigent defense program. Now, she had just earned her law degree from the University of Georgia in 1986. So as a new lawyer, undoubtedly, she was aware of Gideon versus Wainwright. That is that 1963 United States Supreme Court ruling that says that, hey, if you are a criminal defendant, you must be provided an attorney by the state if you cannot afford one. So for Karen, her complaint was simple. Her lawsuit stated that, hey, I should not be forced to represent a criminal defendant, particularly if criminal law is not my specialty. And the court said, hey, you have a little bit of a point there, because one of the points that she made was, hey, these attorneys have to be paid. And they were like, okay, yeah, you're right on that point. But as it relates to everything else that you stated in your complaint, it has no merit. It's not going to resonate here. So let's fast forward a little bit here. As Karen practiced law in the state of Georgia, she grew a reputation for disliking certain people, those certain people being Black folks and Latino folks. Karen showed up to town halls regularly to voice her opinion about certain things, and she was so well known that Georgia State Representative Scott Turner, who served in office from 2013 to 2021, actually remembered her. He recalled her showing up to one of his town halls and making disparaging comments about the Latino community. In another town hall where she was interviewed for an article, she shifted her attention from Latino folks and her position on immigration to actually talking about Black people in unemployment. Now, as Karen made her views known, she donated to a lot of conservative people: Ron DeSantis, Matt Gaetz, RFK, and the RNC, and more specifically, she donated to Win Red, which is a fundraising platform that a lot of conservatives use. And within the Win Red platform, she designated her donations, a lot of them, to go to Donald Trump. However, along the way, Karen changed her name to Katie Stamper. So why are we talking about Katie, or Karen? Katie is what she changed her name to. But in either case, why are we talking about her? Glad you asked. Katie is running as a Democrat in the 11th District of Georgia, and she ran a primary against Antonio Daza, which she won. Now, for many people, they are surprised that she's running as a Democrat because she is arguably a supporter of conservatives. Now, for Antonio, his position is clear, that Katie ran as a Democrat to ensure that Barry Loudermilk, who is the Republican incumbent for the district, will retain his seat. Now, a closer examination of looking at Katie's comments, her behavior in these town halls, as well as her platform, suggests something else here. What her platform really suggests is that Barry Loudermilk is not conservative enough for her, and that Antonio should not have been on the, in the primary at all, period, because of his heritage. So she definitely has some things going on here. Now, it is worth mentioning that Katie has funded her campaign completely on her own. She hasn't received money from the RNC or from the DNC. And what's also important to note is that the Democratic Party in Georgia has strongly opposed her in this race that she is running in. And what they are asking is that Democratic supporters in the area write in Tracy Verhoeven in the district race for the House representative seat. Now, this stated, Katie's name will still be on that ballot. Now, this tactic of conservatives running as Democrats is not exactly happening in isolation. It's not just Katie, aka Karen, doing this. Tracy Taylor, who was previously the chair of the Daugherty County Republican Party, announced his campaign for House District number 153, and he ran as a Democrat and was endorsed by, of all people, Herschel Walker. Now, in his interview with the Albany Herald, Tracy stated that he doesn't oppose the Republican Party, that he does not oppose the Democratic Party, but that he is running to represent the public and specifically the people of the district. However, looking at Tracy's FEC records, he has only donated to conservatives, namely the Republican Party of Georgia, as well as Herschel Walker via Win Red, the same platform that Katie, aka formerly Karen, also uses. Now, in this particular instance, Tracy Taylor lost his primary bid to win that seat in the House of Representatives. So let's cut to the chase. While what is going on in Georgia may not be necessarily clear, what is clear is that there is a type of focus on the state. The same state in which Donald Trump called the Secretary of State and demanded that votes be found. This is the same state in which the election board members were switched out. And this is the same state in which the Secretary of State, the same Secretary of State that Donald Trump called, has also received a cease and desist concerning the state's online form that allows everyday citizens to cancel voter registrations. Watch this space. Watch this space. There's something happening here. And there's definitely something going down in Georgia. This for sure is a developing story. I'll see you next time.